If you're an executive leader at your church who feels like your mission is clear, but your communication, your marketing, and your creative systems just feel chaotic, then this might be the most important video that you watch all year. Because the truth is, most churches today aren't struggling because their mission is lacking. They're struggling because they're trying to execute that vision with broken systems, overworked teams, and vendors who just don't understand the mission. And we all know what ends up happening. The pastor becomes a strategist, the creative director becomes the firefighter, and the entire team just gets stuck reacting instead of leading. Meanwhile, the church begins to feel stretched, overwhelmed, and stagnant. But over the last few years, we've discovered something powerful. That when a church installs the right strategy, systems, and creative partnership, something shifts, clarity returns, and the team is able to breathe again. Growth becomes sustainable, and the mission actually starts moving forward with momentum instead of chaos. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a few things. I'll show you why most churches stay stuck in communication overwhelm. I'll pull back the curtain on the hidden system that high growth churches install behind the scenes. And I'll even show you how some churches are reclaiming 40+ leadership hours every single week while reaching more people than ever before. Now, before we go any further, transparency and clarity is important here at the Fox. So I want to be very clear about something. This is not for every church. This is specifically for mid to large size churches, maybe averaging 500+ each weekend in attendance. They have a revenue coming in, staffing that have a real mission, real people, and real momentum. But these churches are feeling the growing pressure of communication overload, creative bottlenecks, team burnout, and a very unclear strategy. If that's you, you may have even told yourself, if we just had more time, more resources, we'd grow. And let me guess, you've probably hired staff, you've tried out agencies, you've added more tools, more platforms, more meetings, and yet somehow it still feels like everything is stagnant. And of course, adding all that up, the weight of making it all work lands on a very small group of leaders and staff members. So if that's where you are, then what we are about to talk about could change the trajectory of your church forever. But if you're looking for cheap freelancers, templated graphics, or a quick marketing gimmick, I'm just gonna be honest, this isn't for you. Because what we do is very different. We partner with churches that believe their mission deserves excellence. Churches that want to steward people well, and leaders who want to build something sustainable to impact their community instead of scrambling every single week. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Mikel Howard. I'm the founder and I'm part of the team here at Black Fox Media. I spent years on staff at a church and experienced many of these similar things. And over the last several years of building Black Fox, we've had the opportunity to work alongside churches and mission-driven organizations across the world. But early on, we started noticing a pattern. It wasn't a vision problem, it wasn't a passion problem, but it was a massive systems problem. You see, we found that pastors were carrying enormous responsibility that they were never meant to carry. Creative teams were drowning in requests, and communication directors were just stuck pushing out content as fast as humanly possible. And sadly, all of that with zero strategic framework guiding any of it. And most churches try to solve it in one of two ways. They either hire more staff, which we all know can cost $70,000+ per year per role, and that's not even including equipment, software, benefits, PTO, mental health days, managing the person. It's insane. Or they go and hire agencies who overpromise and they underdeliver, right? They deliver a few graphics, few videos, maybe some ads, but they never actually solve the underlying problem. So what ends up happening? The church ends up paying for services without gaining any clarity, any alignment, or any strategy. Now, I've heard the same thing over and over again from clients who come to us. They tell me things like, they told us what was wrong, but they never actually showed us how to fix it. And that's when we realized something. Churches don't just need creative work. They need a strategic partner, someone who understands your mission, someone who helps architect the systems around it, someone who shoulders the responsibility instead of just completing a bunch of tasks. And that realization led to what we now call the Fox formula. Now let me take a few moments and introduce this unique mechanism. The Fox formula is a church growth and communication strategy system that is designed specifically for mission-driven organizations. Because here's the truth that most agencies truly don't understand. Church growth is not a marketing problem. Okay, hear me out. It's a clarity and a systems problem. Most churches today operate in what we call communication chaos, meaning that they just throw out announcements everywhere and anywhere that they can. They create last-minute content. They're messaging that is changing week to week, and they constantly have teams that are just overwhelmed. And when that happens, I'm telling you, even the greatest churches struggle to grow. And why is that? It's because people can't engage with a message that isn't clear or consistent. The Fox formula is designed to solve this by installing 3 strategic layers inside your church's communication ecosystem. Now, this isn't just content, it's not more campaigns. This is a complete operating system designed for growth. Now, let's break down these pillars. Pillar 1 is all about strategic clarity. Everything starts here because most churches are busy communicating, but they're not always communicating with alignment. So the first thing we do is we help leadership establish strategic clarity around their message, priorities, and their growth goals. This eliminates the constant cycle of, hey, can we promote this? Or can we make a graphic for that? Can we push this out this week? Instead, communication becomes intentional and aligned with the mission. This is even designed to help us work weeks ahead, if not months ahead of schedule, instead of just days, hours, or let's be honest, a few minutes. And this also immediately reduces noise and overwhelm. Pillar 2 is all about the systems. We come in and we install these systems. These aren't just random tools, okay? These aren't complicated dashboards. These are very clear communication infrastructure that allows the church to operate efficiently. We come in and in 30 days, we install a system that does a few things. It clarifies your message, it multiplies your reach, eliminates team overwhelm, and a big bonus, it gives leadership their time back. And I believe in this so much, I'd be even willing to give your money back because this works. The result is insane. Instead of scrambling every single week, your team operates with structure and momentum. And this is where many churches start reclaiming dozens of leadership hours every single week. And why is that? Because truly clarity removes chaos. Now, pillar 3, all about execution. This is where the Fox becomes more than a vendor. We become a true partner in the mission with you. Our team works alongside church leadership to execute the strategy through several different channels, through high quality creative, content systems that work, major campaigns to bring new people in, messaging architecture, and a lot more, to be honest. But I want to make something clear. We're not just producing assets, okay? We're helping the church lead strategically, which ultimately means that pastors get to focus on what they do best, which is pastoring. Leaders get to focus on people, and the communication engine actually supports the mission instead of completely draining it. Now, we've helped a ton of churches install this system, and I can tell you that the shift is dramatic. Leaders who were once overwhelmed suddenly feel clarity. Creative teams that were burned out finally feel supported. Communication becomes very intentional instead of reactive, and churches begin to move forward with confidence instead of chaos. In fact, many of the leaders we work with come back to me saying, Michael, I wish we had done this years ago. Why didn't we implement this sooner? And it's truly because once the systems are in place, everything changes around you, and you just truly can't go back.
You know, obviously I knew what Black Fox brought to the table. I knew their level of excellence and what you guys would be able to produce and to give to us. But the thing that we didn't expect was the culture change that they brought. Is that for our team, they bring so much joy, they bring so much enthusiasm, and honestly for our team here, it was contagious and it caught on, and it really transformed not only the level of the quality of all of our communications, but just who we are as a team.
We had no systems and processes in place before we started with Black Fox, and have been able to develop a pipeline and to calendar out our projects and to begin working not just 4 weeks out, 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out, and we're a radically different church because we're working with Black Fox.
I felt like I was always on the outside looking in, watching other churches communicate in ways that I wished we could, yet somehow we couldn't figure out how. And since we started working with Black Fox, all of that has changed. We are now working way ahead of schedule, coming up with really creative and fresh ideas to be able to share our story as a church and to share the story of the gospel in exciting and really compelling ways. In short, they have totally transformed the way that we are able to communicate with our people and with our city, and we couldn't be more grateful to work together.
Now do me a favor. Imagine what it would feel like if your communication actually supported your vision. If your team wasn't drowning in requests, your creativity felt excellent, aligned, and strategic, and instead of spending your week managing chaos, you were actually free to focus on discipleship, leadership, and ultimately the people that God has called you to serve. That's the future we help churches build. This is not just about growth. This is about sustainable, healthy momentum. Because when the systems are right, the mission can actually flourish. Now, I'm all about next steps. So we have a simple one for you. If you are a church leader who knows something needs to change, and you want to explore what installing the Fox formula inside your church could actually look like, this next step is so simple. I just want you to book a strategy call with our team. Now hear me out, this is not a sales pitch. Just like anybody else, I don't want to sit on a sales call, okay? This is truly a clarity session. This is a call where we'll look at your current communication structure, where the bottlenecks are happening, and whether the Fox formula is the right solution for your church. Now, if it is, we'll walk you through exactly what partnering together could look like. And if it's not, don't worry, we'll point you in the right direction. But either way, I promise you will leave with more clarity in that conversation than you ever had before. So if you're ready to move from communication chaos to strategic clarity, I want you to do me a favor. Click the button below, book your strategy call, and let's just see if we can help your church make its mission remarkable.